Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Vanessa and I'm an author from Toronto, Canada, and I publish under the pen name A.N. Sage. If you are new to the channel, then you should know that I talk a lot about writing, but I also talk a lot about being creative and having multiple businesses, and just a general mentality of being an author and a creative person in today's landscape. So in today's video, I actually was going to film a different video today, but I thought that it might be fun to answer a question that I got from another author. So an author messaged me on Instagram and asked me how I use my index cards for plotting. And it's been a while since I did a plotting video, and I was going to do kind of a tabletop plotting video, but we've had a lot of tabletop before, and I think it might be fun to just talk it out with you guys and show you my new system, because my plotting has changed somewhat drastically. I am still very much a plotter. If you are not a plotter and you are a pantser, maybe this will give you some inspiration or help you out in one way, or just inspire you to try it out. Or if not, feel free to skip the video if you really hate plotting. But I love plotting. I write a lot of mystery. I am currently working on a very, very detailed and very intricately planned thriller. And I also have just started ghostwriting. And so plotting for me is a very important aspect of writing, because it keeps me on track and helps up my productivity. And it helps me spend less time editing and less time thinking and just more time actually writing and drafting, which is what I need to do when I have multiple projects on the go. So I wanted to share how I do that with you guys. And there's a few different tools I use. I'm going to link my video somewhere in the cards for when I did a review of Dabble, because Dabble is now my number one big plotting tool. I absolutely love the plot grid in Dabble. I think it's so good. It's so different from the other plot grids of other programs that I've used. And it really works hand in hand if you are a combination plotter. So by combination plotter, I mean somebody who likes to plot on paper and post-it notes and in bullet journals and all that stuff. But you also want to stay organized in the writing app that you will use. And since I use Dabble, I wanted to keep my plot notes there. But I also really like paper. I like post-it notes, I like index cards, I like that whole thing. And I don't necessarily always write on my laptop, as you may have seen. I have learned to love my free write finally. We are there. But I do love my free write, and I love my Office Smart Neo 2. And so I like to write on distraction-free I guess they're machines. I don't know what you would call them, but they're not computers, really. They're like typewriters, digital typewriters. I am thinking of getting an actual typewriter too, and just clickety-clacking away on that for some paper output. And so being on my laptop, I find it's too distracting for me. I know I can turn off and put no interruption apps and all that stuff, but just something about the idea of being on the laptop promotes work mode for me. Now, when I travel, for the most part, I do take just my laptop with me because it's all in one and I don't need to carry 50,000 things. But at home, or if I'm in a coffee shop or I'm in a park and I want to write, I either take my free write now or my Neo 2, which I used to do before. So what happens to my plotting notes then, right? Because they are all in Dabble, they're all digital. Oh my God, I'm wearing this giant ring and it keeps hitting the table. So apologies, I'll try to keep my hands up here. But what happens to all those plotting notes, right? Because I do need to stay on track. I need to know what I'm writing. And so what I used to do is print out these giant pages, these letter-sized pages, and carry it with me, and it got hectic. So there's a new system in place, and let's talk about it. So step number one in my system is this right here. So this is my plotting pouch. I do have a video that I will link as well in the cards somewhere, or kind of at the end of this video you can watch, of me doing a walkthrough of this. I think there's a short of this that I have. I don't think I did a full video of this because it's just one pouch, but there is a short that I'll try to link somewhere. So this is my plotting pouch. I'll kind of zoom in on this for you guys. It's got Kuromi on it. It's super cute. I got it from AliExpress for $15 or something. I really want to upgrade and get the Delphonics pouch, but I'm in Canada and the shipping is wild. And they jack up the prices so high. So, I mean, spending $60, $70 or $80 on a pouch seems unrealistic right now. So we're using this. And the reason I love this so much, A, it's very slim. I've got pens in here for color coding. So I use color coding if I'm writing multiple POVs for different POVs, but I also use color coding for things like different plot points. So I will have one color for kind of the general plot, which is the main plot that's happening, and all the beats, because I do plot by beats. And then I'll have different colors for different parts of the plot. So for something like cozy mystery, there's different colors for clues, for misdirections, for red herrings. I have a B plot that has a different color, things like that. I have some pens in here. These are just like cute little purple Kuromi pens to match, because, you know, the aesthetic is key. I have an erasable pen in here for when I make notes initially that I'm not sure about. And then in this section here, so first of all, I've got like a ton of pins that I've collected. I have way more than this, but this is what fits here. And then I've got some Post-it notes and things that I might use in color-coded notes. There is a big pocket in here. I have some inspirational cards from my own books. Yeah, I might as well show you guys because I love them. So we've got the Grave Rose. We have one of the recipe cards from Beam Me Up from Orchard Hollow, and that's kind of the recipe on the back there. I've got my Things That River Heights postcard, and then I've got some art that was made for the Things That River Heights. This happened right before I got all these right before the book actually won an award. So that was actually very, very exciting. If you haven't read the Things That the River Heights, take a look at it, check it out. It was taken over by my publisher. It was just republished. We haven't really did a big push for it yet. So if you want to read it, and if you like it, read me a review, or if you don't like it, read me a review. No pressure, but that's some of the art for it. I've got art for the two main Shadowhurst couples, the 4 POVs, and then the second Cortega book cover in here. So they're just fun little things. Whenever I get art either made or somebody sends it to me, I tend to print them out for myself on postcards, and I have them around for inspiration. And then in that other big pocket, I also have a little travel kind of cutting thing if I need to cut any pages out, or if I need to cut some washi and put it down. And then just different pens, also color coded, in case I need to color code even more, because, you know. Now the main hero of this pouch. So I'll put the pouch away. It's making a lot of noise. But it's my bullet journal. So this is my plotting bullet journal. This is a Luchterm 1917. I am butchering that. Terrible. I'm so sorry, but I can't pronounce it any better than what I just did. So that is an epic fail. But this is my bullet journal. In here, I've also done a setup of this, like a video. If you kind of search for plotting on my channel, something about this will come up. But I've got like all my plotting notes here, and the way that I use this now. So I used to use this as my absolutely main plotting book. This is where I did all my plotting. I did character work, everything in here, like printed some stuff out. Here's how I use it now. Oh my God, what a mess. But spoiler alerts for the thriller there. But I was working on this morning actually, but I use it as a very rough plot. So I still do like a cover page. Whoop, let's do this. So I do a cover page for every single book, and I kind of decorate it, and it makes my little sticker obsessed heart really happy. But then what I do is I kind of make notes for myself. So there's notes on world building, there's rough plot notes. Sometimes I do like rough character notes like here, and it's a messy, messy book, and I just love it so much more for it, because I think that's what I initially really wanted this book for. And it became like a whole different beast of plotting, and then I got plot things pretty much everywhere. So that wasn't working. So that's step one. So before I get anything else done, I sit down, I take this whole pouch, I take out the bullet journal, I sit down and I brainstorm, I write everything that's in my head, things that came to me at night when I was sleeping, ideas, inspirational things. I just brain dump all of that. What a terrible word. I throw my ideas down, but I put everything down in this bullet journal. to kind of get the idea out, and it gives me a rough idea of the plot. So my rough idea of the plot, I usually go somewhat through the beats, or I think about like the midpoint, the end point, the inciting incident, like will there be a pinch point? What does it look like? Things like that. And I always think about the hook. So the hook for me is like the first chapter, the first page of the first chapter. I always plan that out in that book. When I am done with this book, I go into my Dabble board and then I follow the beats. So every single one, I have templates that I've set up for myself for cozy mystery. I've set templates I've set up for fantasy, and I've templates that I've set up that work for me for thriller. And this is a combination of things that are out there. A lot of them follow Save the Cat or the 3-act structure. And then I kind of just add to it and make my own cards in there and set it up as a template. There is a very surprisingly easy way to do this in Dabble that I needed somebody from Dabble to walk me through. Thank you to their customer service, who are amazing. But it's very simple. Once you do it once, you have a template you can keep using for all your different books. So I go through those beats that I've set up for myself, and I plan out my Dabble board. And so my Dabble board, you will see if you go back and watch the Dabble review video that I did, it looks very complicated. You've got like on the one side, you've got the main beats. So if you're doing Save the Cat, that's where your like different like beats of Save the Cat will go that you fill out with information. And I will take this bullet journal and I will pull from it and fill out what I have from this according to the beats that are on the Dabble plotting template. And then I'll fill it out from there and see what's missing. Do I need the middle point? Do I need the first plot point? Do I need a second plot point? Where's my crisis? Where's my climax? Things like that. So I'll go through, and whatever I was missing when I was like just randomly writing stuff down that came to me, I'll fill it out further. When that's done, what I do is I take that plot, and you can actually export your plot from Dabble into a Word document. And so I export it to a Word document. I set my pages to index card size. So these are all very simple. I mean, you might have to Google for your specific computer and your specific printer, but I set my pages to index card size in Word. Take care of my margins so they're not too big. I usually put them at 1 centimeter all around, and that makes for a good margin. And then I go to print it on index paper. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll save it on PDF first, because then nothing gets messed up, and Word sometimes doesn't like index card paper, at least on my end and my foolish iMac and printer combination. So I'll save it as a PDF, go to print it, set my printer to index paper, and I'll load it my index cards straight into the printer, and it will print my plot points, not in this hot mess express train that you saw with my terrible writing, which I'm trying to get better at with calligraphy lessons that I give myself. So it's not going good, but it doesn't look like that. It looks really nice and easy. And what I do with that, and I'll show you maybe one for like a good one, I think would be for a cozy mystery. So I'm working on an Orchard Hollow book right now, 6 Brews Under. It's book 5 in Orchard Hollow. And as you can see, I hope you can see when I'm zooming in, but it's all different colors. And what are the colors, you might ask? So the white index cards, and you can kind of see like what it prints like. The white index cards are the beats. So beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, the hook, the whole thing, right? The purple ones in this particular case are my B plots. And so every card that I've plotted, everything that I have, almost like a Post-it note, that deals with the B plot, in this case, it's Piper's Magic, and the background of that and what it actually is, because she's a witch who can't witch, who might not be a witch. So all of those go in here, and I set them up right after the beat they follow. So if in beat like 4, I need to talk about this specific part of Piper's Magic that I came up with, that furthers that B plot, I'll put it right after that. And then we'll move along. Blue cards are for murders. And so I have pictures of the victims and the murderers on the back. And I've planned out my murders here. Again, they go after the beat that they fall into. The pink ones are for suspect. Same thing. A picture to kind of give myself an idea what the suspect looks like. Then we have another B plot here. Again, purple card. And it kind of goes along here. I have green for red herrings. So any red herring or misdirection will have a green card, and it will follow the beat that it falls into, either chapter or chapters. depending. And then the final would be like yellow, and that would be the clue, nothing in the back because there's no characters. So that is how I organize all of this. And I found this little carrier case. You can just put a rubber band around this or put it in like your pocket or something, or your backpack or whatever it is. But I found this little, oh my God, of course now my camera can't. But I found this carrier case at Staples. It's a cute little thin case. I put all my cards in this, so they're easy accessible. And I like that there's sections because I have several projects on the go usually. So right now I'm working on the cozy. I also have the thriller that I'm writing, and it's separated out by these little tabs in the top. So I've got the plot points for my thriller, and then I have the plot that I'm slowly working through for ghostwriting. And everything is in here. So when I sit down, all I take with me is this and my free write or my Neo 2, whatever I'm writing, or even my laptop, I don't know, depending. But all I have to take with me is this. And it has everything. No matter what project of the projects that I have on the go I'm working on, I take this with me. And it's literally a lifesaver. I don't have pages and pages of stuff. Like now all I work with is this little box of index cards. So as a long-winded answer, I hope that kind of opened up your eyes to how I use index cards as an author. There's different ways you can use them, but I find for me as a plotter, this way has been absolutely amazing. So the pouch, the index cards, and then whatever computer or machine I'm using to write on. And that is basically how I now plot. If you want to go through and see kind of the evolution of my plotting, because it changes all the time, then definitely type in plotting to the search bar and take a look at the previous videos about plotting that I did. Also, if you want some plotting sheets, I have plotting sheets that are fairly universal, and I have some cozy mystery plotting sheets as well. So you can download those from our resource library, and to get access to that, you just have to join the newsletter for this YouTube channel, and you'll get emailed a link to the resource library portal and the password to get in. And there's a whole bunch of stuff there, so feel free to join. As always, I hope this helped you out, this video. If you have any other questions about plotting, index cards, anything I talked about today, please let me know in the comments. If you have any other suggestions for videos that you want me to do to help you no matter where you are. If you want me to talk more about plotting thrillers, because that's something that was fairly new to me, and I have just written some twisty twists, because this is a very twisty book, and I'm pretty excited about the plot for this one. I think it's very different, and so I could talk about that. So let me know in the comments what you want to see next, and as always, I hope you guys have an absolutely magical rest of the week, and I will see you next week for another video. Bye!